Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome aboard. It's your coach here, Coach's Call on Tap. This is our weekly NFL Pick'em show. Sadly, it is our last one, though. Super Bowl time, the big one, the big daddy, the granddaddy of them all, the final bout. I'm going to talk about it later, but I think the NFL got it right. As shady as they are, the script and whatnot, I think they got it right. We got the two best teams going at it head to head. My personal opinion, that's what I think. That's what we're going to talk about. That and much more. But first, I want to welcome Brian here in Texas, my buddy Russell here in Belton, Texas, also, and of course my right hand man, my left hand man. If I wasn't married, that would be it. Tristan Dunn in North Carolina. If there's any man that could turn me, it would be him. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's have a good time with it. I appreciate everybody that's been with us, everybody that has showed up, everybody that's commented, liked, followed. Appreciate you going on this ride, going on this journey with us. Please like, follow, share, hit that notification button down there on the right, because we are going to do more podcasts on more sports. But I just want to say thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. With all that, this segment is brought to you by White Claw, what real men drink. No, I'm just kidding. I'm drinking White Claw because fuck a nooner. But anyway, let's get on with the show, boys and girls. I love San Francisco in this spot. There's certain things I'm rooting for, certain things I'm not. But I love this spot. I went down and I broke down coach versus coach.
Yep.
Head offense coordinator versus defensive coordinator, play caller versus defensive play caller, running back versus running back, tight end versus tight end, and of course, the greatest quarterback to be playing on the field right now, the best quarterback in the league, versus Mr. Irrelevant, or as Tristan calls him, the bum, Brock Purdy. Went down and broke all that down, and it's going to be a hell of a showdown. Brian, what do you think about this game, brother? When we just say Super Bowl, KC versus San Fran in Las Vegas, what comes to mind?
Well, I think it'll be a good game. Like you said, it's the best quarterback in the league, Mahomes, and he's the best quarterback by a mile. Knows how to win a Super Bowl, and he just gets the job done, man. When the playoffs come about, Mahomes turns into a different dude. Like, this guy's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's in that zone. Him and Kelsey are connecting. As long as he has Kelsey, he's in good shape. He's been able to win he's shown that he can win without guys like Tyreek, and, he has other receivers he could go to. Pacheco has been really good this year. But hey, man, 49ers are good too. You have a lethal offense there with Debo and McCaffrey. And the thing about those guys is the reason they're so good is because they know how to make plays out of nothing. They're shifty, they're fast, they're quick, and they know how to keep the defense out of balance. I think it'll be, like you said, those two great teams going at it. But I think the Chiefs get it done here. Mahomes is just that dude, and it's really that plain and simple. I mean, he's shown it, he's proved it. Mahomes is the best quarterback in football right now by a landslide, and he's going to go down as one of the greatest ever. I really like the Chiefs in this game.
All right. Oh, he's really good. Let me ask you something, Brian, because I know you're all over the Chiefs, as you should, and as every square better in this world should be, all over the Chiefs.
Sure.
As Tristan smiles. Brock Purdy, though, and let me ask you this. Is it fair for a washed-up nobody like Cam Newton to say, hey, Brock Purdy's the 10th best player on that team? Is it fair that he's getting all that heat? What do you think? Personally, honestly, I don't give a shit.
No, you still have to make the throw. Purdy is a salvageable quarterback. I mean, he's not one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but, I mean, the dude has been in Super Bowl contention now. It's been pretty much – he's in it this year, and then
last year would have been if he hadn't got hurt.
Yeah.
For sure.
But he's shown that he can win at that level. And yeah, man,
I
I
got you.
think
I just want a
Purdy's
little bit.
out.
I just want a little bit of respect on Purdy.
Oh
He's the
yeah, yeah,
last
for
guy picked
sure.
in the draft. He wasn't
Yeah,
supposed to be playing. He's a nobody. Just sprinkle a little bit of respect on the guy.
definitely,
Don't
definitely.
call
No,
him a
I
bum.
like Purdy. I
Don't
like
call him a
Purdy.
bum
No, 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 no. I don't think
like
he's a
some
bum like
cocksuckers do.
Tristan.
Don't call him a bum. Just
Yeah.
sprinkle a little respect on the guy. I'm giving a lot of respect to Mahomes. Russell, I didn't get to talk to you last week. San Francisco and Dallas. We know Dallas got their ass beat the last game of the year. That means nothing to me. That was just one of those. That's who they are. But they played real
Yep.
well all year long, right?
For the
Compare
most part.
compare the Dallas team to the San Francisco team. You know, like quarterback to quarterback, running back to running back. I don't know. Do either one of them have? Well, y'all have CD Lamb. Who does San Fran throw to? Defensively,
Well,
compare them. Talk to me a little bit about that because I know you're a huge Dallas fan.
Well, I mean, if we're comparing Dallas to San Francisco, I do think Dallas has an edge at quarterback. I do put some respect on Brock Purdy. I think he's just going to get better. Running back, obviously, we go to San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey's just an absolute monster. I think their wide receiver quality is better. You know, when you add Debo, Ayuk, you put Kittle in the mix. They've got some other guys out there. So I think their receiving core as a whole is better. Their tight end room is better. Offensive line is a little bit better than Dallas. And then the defense, I would say, is probably a toss-up. You know,
Really?
I am in, yeah, and I'm in shock. Personnel-wise, I'm in shock that Dan Quinn got a head coaching job after that debacle
Me
against
too.
Green Bay.
You know what I'm
Me
in
too.
shock is they let that son of a bitch wear his cap backwards everywhere he goes. I mean, the reason for a cap is to get the light or the sun out of your eyes.
Yeah.
If you're going to turn it backwards, that means you don't need a cap. You're not 12 years old, Mr. Quinn. You're a professional coach in the NFL. Turn your cap around. That's a bum. That's a bum. I say this because Russ. I say it because do you think me and Tristan have been having this conversation for weeks now because he says Brock's a bum. You think Dak Prescott could go to this San Francisco team and make them tons better than they are now?
I think they would definitely be better, but I mean, that team doesn't have a lot of flaws. I mean, Brock Purdy is an efficient quarterback. He can make all the throws. If you watch that NFC Championship game, his running ability is a little underrated. That's what won the game, other than Dan Campbell giving him the game.
And the size of
Brock
his
Purdy
balls.
being able to extend the play and run. He's not a bum. He's in 5 years, this conversation will be totally different because the guy's just going to keep winning. But I think if you put Dak on San Francisco, yes, they would be right now because Dak's almost an 8-year vet, and he's a more seasoned quarterback, and he's knows how to control an offense, but unfortunately has that star in his helmet, and they can't win any playoff games. So,
well, I mean, I don't know about the future because Tristan did make a good point, and we're going to see really how good these guys are.
Do I get credit for something for what?
Yeah.
Somebody stick the pacifier back in his mouth so I can finish my statement. So we're going to see how good these young quarterbacks are here in a couple of years. Right now, they're priced in pretty good. You know what I mean? These guys are Purdy, who's the kid, Stroud at Houston, Love at Green Bay. I mean, they're a cheap ticket right now, so they're able to build around them and spend some money around them. And Tristan made a good point. You know what's going to happen here in a couple of years when they get the money they think they deserve, and now they don't have all the superstars around them. That's going to be, but I don't know, dude.
If a lot of these quarterbacks were smarter, or a lot of these teams and organizations and even quarterbacks would do the Tom Brady thing and stop debilitating your team from protecting you and having weapons, because it's just ultimately hurting your legacy. And you can get more endorsement deals than you can a salary in the NFL, but these guys keep wanting to be the highest paid player. Tom Brady never did that. And that's why he was able to, that's why when he went to Tampa Bay, that's those years in New England, and you get the Randy Mosses and the Gronks and that's what's hurting Mahomes. Even the Chiefs are a little down this year. I'm shocked that they're here, even though I do think they're going to win this game. But you're right. It's the teams that are good and I don't think they're going to pay Brock Purdy. I think that organization's really smart too. I don't think they'll pay him moon and stars.
I don't think he'll need to. Now I'm going to go to Tristan. Here's the Shanahan thing. You don't need a fucking Patrick Mahomes. You just need a guy that runs my offense, because he's going to have the players. All this is what I love about the San Francisco team, about Callahan or Shanahan. Callahan. You know why that is in my head. Last night I saw that show with David Spade and Chris Farley.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy, yeah. Callahan breaks or whatever the hell they were. Anyway, I know I'm showing my age there. This is why I love Shanahan, is the players that he has around him, and they've said it out loud. Everybody knows. I don't need the big name quarterback, man. If he develops here, cool. But if he starts to make too much money, get rid of him. Just bring me a Mr. Irrelevant that doesn't make mistakes. And I think now all he has to do is go over to Georgia and get one of those quarterbacks. Go ahead, Tristan.
Okay. So let's start with the Chiefs. So this is a tough game, no matter how you look at it. It is a tough game. Chiefs have been struggling all year. The thing that scares me the most about the Chiefs in this game is their lack of ability to keep scoring momentum. So like you saw it last week in the or 2 weeks ago in the championship game, they won. Defense played great. You didn't score a single point from the 10-minute marker in the second quarter.
So let me ask you this, because I just want this question answered. Nobody's answered my question. Are the Chiefs, like you said, they to me they play not to lose. So are they bad, or
I don't think they. I don't think they.
Do they do that on purpose?
I don't think they.
Through the game.
I don't think they play not to lose. I think Mahomes lacks weapons that he's had in the past that have consistently helped him make those backyard football plays that he likes to make.
Right. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're right. That was you answered my question.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He doesn't have anybody to throw to.
That's not what I said.
No, I mean the
No, that's not what I said. What I said was he lacked the elite.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so believe it or not, I'm going to be on the San Francisco. I'm going to be on the San Francisco 49ers to win this game.
That's a smart boy.
I'm on the 49ers money line. I've rode the Chiefs all through the playoffs. Mahomes as a dog. It's cashed at a ridiculous clip over the years. It's not going to cash in this game. So, I watched the Rich Eisen podcast, and Scott Van Pelt was on there. And Scott Van Pelt, so Rich Eisen asked Scott who he was going to bet on in this game. And Scott said that one of the metrics he looks at when he's betting this game is, I think he's looking at splits from what I could tell, because he said that people are lining up in Vegas and at sports books just to bet the Chiefs like it's free money.
Yeah.
And it's just not that easy. And one thing that scared me though was like, with all the money being bet now on the Chiefs outweigh the 49ers future tickets and Vegas win both sides or cover one and not the other. I actually think there's been so much money wagered on the Chiefs in this single game that it outweighs the futures loss that they would take if the Niners won. So that being said, I'm on the 49ers money line. I think I got it at minus 122. I've already bet it. Another bet I like is there's going to be an X factor in this game for the I do think it's a 3-point game either way. The X factor in this game, I think, is Deebo Samuel for that offense. And I actually think Deebo is going to win MVP. You can get that at plus 2,000.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening in. It's been a hell of a year. I'm just kidding. Tristan just jumped the gun on me. So, okay. So he's on. Well, let's go ahead and make the picks now. Tristan started us off with he's on San Fran What do you got, Brian, for the game?
I got Chiefs. Mahomes, been there, done that at the Super Bowl. I think he's gonna find ways to make plays like he always does. Kelsey's gonna score. Mahomes is gonna have a big game. I think it'll be a close game. And, respect to the Niners, like that offense is very good. Purdy can also make plays. I just think Mahomes just has that Jordan like killer instinct, man. Like I really like Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Gotcha. Russ, what do you think, buddy?
I've been fading the Chiefs all year, and it has burned me all year, especially in the playoffs. He's right. He's a killer. He's an absolute dog. He gets out there. He's going to make the play when the game's on the line. I'm taking the Chiefs and the points. And one of my prop bets is also for Patrick Mahomes to score possessing the ball in the end zone. I put 100 on that. So for him to run one in for a touchdown as well, I think the Niners can get after the quarterback. I think there's going to be a scramble in the red zone, and Mahomes is going to score. That'd be one of my prop bets.
What number did you get that at?
I don't remember, and it's on my phone. But
here's what you need to do, Russell. If you're that confident, and Brian too, if you're going to bet the Chiefs, there's more value on your dollar if you bet Mahomes to win the MVP. Because if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Mahomes getting the MVP.
Oh yeah.
Nobody else is getting it. I think you can get Mahomes at like plus 135, 140, something like that right now. Or it might have gone down because you said there's a bunch of money coming on KC. But if you're gonna lay, $10 or $20 on juice for KC, you might as well take Mahomes to win the MVP because one of the two quarterbacks is going to win this thing.
Yeah, I'll take
whoever
that.
wins it. That would be a better bet, at least to cover your juice and win
definitely.
it. I'm with Tristan on this. It's just the whole 49ers team. Coaches. The X factor for me on this thing is Spags, the defensive coordinator, the freaking KC defensive coordinator. I mean, that guy, we talked about it during the game. I think Tristan sent me a text about who'd they play last week? I forgot. He had that quarterback in a blender all day long. I mean, that defense for KC was it's really good. And he brings people from all over the place. He had at times, he only had 2 defensive linemen. And he had a couple of linebackers and the rest DBs. And then he had 4 defensive linemen with like 6 DBs and 1 linebacker. He just does so many things, so many different places that it's pretty amazing to watch. And like I told Tristan after the game, I went back and watched it again just to see exactly, to make sure I saw what I saw. And I saw it. Coach Jennings saw it. It was pretty freaking cool, man. But there's other things in the Super Bowl that are to me, during the game, keeps you excited to keep watching the game. There's a lot of prop bets that you can bet during the game, starting with obviously the national anthem. You can bet over and under the minutes in the national anthem, minutes and seconds in the national anthem. You can bet the coin toss right before the game. You can bet what side of the is it going to be a touchback? Is it going to be a run? Then you could bet per play, per series, if it's going to be a run or a pass. There's a lot of these things that are going on. I know me and Tristan have done this for a couple of years now. I'm going to ask you, Russ, do you do that, or are you prop betting any of, like, the color of the Gatorade? What coach is going to be seen first during the anthem? Is anybody going to cry? There's just so much shit you can bet. Do you bet anything like that, Russ?
Absolutely. That's, for me, that's what keeps it interesting, quarter to quarter. Those type of prop bets, that makes it fun for me. Unfortunately, I will be at work during the first half of the Super Bowl, so I won't be able to do any of that this year. So, but yes, that's absolutely. But I'll be live betting and prop betting beforehand. I've already put in a couple of prop bets already.
So, what prop bets do you use? I mean, what do you like to do, or what have you already put in there?
I did, like I said, I also did Patrick Mahomes for MVP. Coach, I listened to
Yeah,
you. I
good.
did Patrick Mahomes to possess the ball um, in the end zone. Like I said, I bet that I believe it was a 50-yard or longer field goal. I bet that wouldn't happen in this game. Um, and then I took the receiving yards for McCaffrey so far, but in the game, and I haven't. I'm going to make some other bets the closer we get to kickoff.
Brian, do you bet at all?
Not as much, but I've been trying to get more into it though. Like
Oh, don't do
I
that.
did some bets in Michigan for Christmas, and I ended up doing pretty well. I like doing the parlays, but
Sucker.
it's something that I kind of just started getting into. I mean, I know stuff about it, but yeah, man, and I'm really like interested in betting and stuff. Like I really do enjoy it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if any advice that I could give you, just don't. Uh, don't at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love, and so yes, we do have work on Sunday, which I'll be at till about noon, and then I'm out of here because I will be watching both halves of that football game. Jay, you heard it here first. I'm not going to be at work on Sunday. Anyway, my guys know at the bar that we get together, and especially my wife, she loves it. We go down the list, and we'll have damn near 15, 20 bets from the national anthem to the coin toss and everything in between. Tristan, have you even looked at that list yet? And
Yeah.
have you placed any bets?
I haven't
do
played.
you,
Go ahead.
or
I'm
do
sorry.
you do
Go
like
ahead.
or do you do like the usual bets? Like I have some usual bets every single year that I do on those. Do you have anything like that?
I always bet the color of the Gatorade every year. I got it right.
What color do you pick?
I'm
I'm going to tell
sitting.
you what I pick. I'll tell you what I pick. Tell me what you. Okay, on the count of three. Ready?
Hold
One,
on. Hold
two,
on. Hold on.
three.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
no, no, no.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at the numbers right now.
I already. I
Go ahead.
already
Go
know
ahead.
what I'm going to
Do it
bet.
again. Do it again.
Okay, on three. The color of the Gatorade. Ready? One, two, three.
Red.
Blue. Okay.
You got
All
a
right.
good. You got a good number on blue.
I know. Okay. Okay. Coin toss. Remember? Ready? You do the coin toss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you on three. Ready?
All right.
One, two, three.
Tails.
Tails. That boy. Tails never fails.
Tails never fails.
Yes.
Did you see there's a $100,000 wager on Tails?
Is
Somebody
it really?
somebody put $100,000 on it to be Tails.
Well, you know the Prez bet $500,000 on KC.
I thought it was 50K.
No, it was $500,000.
Sucker.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, dude, they're not gonna win this game.
All right.
You know that warm fuzzy feeling I get?
Yeah. The tingly feeling down low in your plums.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
got it on the Niners right now.
So the research that I will do though.
Shut up, Russell.
I was gonna say, I figure you probably get that feeling when you go to like Golden Corral too. You know?
Here's another one, but I got to research this, man. The national anthem.
Yep.
Who's
I
gonna sing it?
never actually bet that one, but I'll still bet it.
Oh, I do because the entire bar.
Who's doing the anthem this
entire
year?
bar loves
I think it's Reba.
that. Yeah, it is Reba, right? She's not the halftime. She is the
No, Usher's
Usher.
halftime.
Usher.
Usher.
Ursher.
Yeah, we'll make sure though.
I think they
Mute
should
that
let Stapleton do it every year now.
Yeah, or
After
Mariah
last year.
Carey. Mariah Carey's another good one. But yeah, so you can go research this and have they done it in the past and all that shit, and then you can pick the over and under. How many minutes on that one? Let's see. What's the other one?
It's a minute and 31 seconds, and then I think the other big one's what's the first song at halftime? That's another big one people bet on. Let's see. I'm going down the list right now.
Dude, there's got to be one where how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift?
God, take the
Oh,
over.
100%.
Take the
There's
over.
got to be that.
You do first TV advertisements like There's all kinds of fucking. You can lose a lot of money on this game. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. But it's fun if you do those for a nickel a piece or something like that, or 10 cents or whatever. It's pretty cool. It just keeps it interesting. My wife loves that shit. The guys around the bar love that shit also. Also, we play a game at the bar too. So I know y'all do squares. I know Russell does buy squares for
Yeah.
the football game.
Yeah.
We do a deal at the bar where you get 10 of you and you get one number apiece. And you put in $10 or $20, winner take all, but it's per quarter, right? And you reshuffle. Or you can do more money, it doesn't matter. Sometimes there's so many of us will do 3, and so everybody gets a shot at it. And then you just add up the score in the last number of that score in the quarter. If you're holding it, then you win all the money. Something else that we do there for that Super Bowl. Where are you watching the Super Bowl? Anywhere special?
Right
I know
here.
Russell's at work.
I'll be right here.
I'm going to a party. I have friends that invited me to a party, so I'll be heading there.
Second half, I'll be here.
Okay, we're gonna start the first half out at my buddy's ranch. He's gonna do barbecue and brisket, typical Texas thing, Brian.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the whole thing, and he's got a couple of big screen TVs and shit out there. So we'll do
Awesome, man.
the first half out there, and then we'll end up the second half down here at Old Town Bar in Bastrop, Texas. If you guys are looking for a good
Great
time
spot.
with a home style feeling, please come down to Bastrop, Texas. Visit Old Town on Main and Chestnut. Tell them Coach's Call sent you. You get you a free drink.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna have a good time with that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm hoping for a great game. You look at one coach to another. You look at one running back to the other. The tight ends, the defenses. I still think Casey has an edge defensively. And then the quarterbacks, you can't help but give the edge to Patrick Mahomes. But Purdy's got the freaking army around him, man. He's got an army around him, and I just don't see how they can lose.
It's too many weapons.
Too many weapons.
What do y'all like on the over under in this game? I got it at 47.5, and I like the under.
I like the under, man. I think it'll be a defensive game.
What scares me is I don't know, man, because I think the under is the obvious play. I think I do think it is, but for the over, because it's one of those things where the Chiefs offense didn't have to kick it into high gear at all in that Ravens game. So them scoring 17 points was fine. You're gonna have to score more than 17 to beat the damn Niners. You're gonna have to. So
can they? And then you made the statement yourself, Mr. Checkdown. Who wants to watch a guy check down 30 times? If he's gonna check it down and hand it off, they're gonna kill so much clock, Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not gonna. He's not. He can throw the ball. I'm a Purdy fan. He can throw the ball, intermediate passes. He can throw corners. He can throw it, crossing routes and stuff.
He's very accurate.
But he doesn't do it very often.
Yeah.
It's 3 or 4 yards on the ground. You're right. If he's not wide open, you check it down. Why not check it down to McCaffrey 30 times? He's the best player in the league. So with that being said, and then KC, if they get the lead, they don't have a fourth gear like they used to. They're going to play not to lose. I know it seems obvious, like you said. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I just don't see how they can score. I don't see how this is a 28-25 game.
I see a 3-touchdown game from Deebo Samuel. I really do. I think he gets two catching the ball, and then I think they get him on a one of those where he's coming in motion. They throw and Purdy pops it to him.
Yeah.
I think Deebo is gonna win this damn game.
Dude, here are 2 of the most popular prop bets that I've seen all over. Well, I'm a YouTube snob, and all the podcasts that I listen to on Spotify. But what is that receiver's name for KC?
Rashee Rice?
Huh?
Is it Rasheed Rice?
Then I thought it started with an H. Do they have one?
Not that I know of.
Kadarius Toney, he plays for
No.
Base, doesn't he?
He's not. He's not. I don't think he's playing. I think they took him off the roster. You got
No.
Mark Valdez Scantling. You got Rice. And I couldn't tell you. That's how bad their receiving core is.
Yeah, yeah.
You might be.
The
You
best
might be.
receiver.
You might. Who's number 4?
Jarrett McKinnon. He's a running back, and I think they just activated him to score
him.
because he's like ridiculous in these big ass games. It wouldn't.
Yeah?
It wouldn't surprise me if his anytime touchdowns getting hammered. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, maybe. That's a
him.
H.
That's him.
Yeah, he's number 25.
He's a running back, though. Isn't
He's
he?
a running back.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
running back.
I took a prop bet for him last week in the Ravens game, over 3.5 yards, and I lost. So I was like, "Oh, he'll get that." No, he had 1 yard.
Was it receiving?
Was rushing, 1 yard rushing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Coach, what are you looking for? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
What are you looking?
I can't remember his name. I'm trying to. Anyway, they said this kid. This is the best. This is the best kid to make. He'll score the first touchdown. Of the
Was it
game for KC.
Mecole Hardman? That's a receiver with an
That's
H.
him.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him. Hardman Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because supposedly this kid lines up opposite of Kelsey, and Kelsey and Pacheco or Debo or whatever they'll line up on the same side, and he'll line up opposite. And they're going to overload defensively there, and so he'll score the first one. But not only that, he'll score 2 on Sunday.
I can see it.
And you can combine them both, and you get like plus 1,000 if you hit that. I don't know.
I like it. He actually, I think he was on the Chiefs last year. In the last several years, he went somewhere else as a free agent, and the Chiefs got him back middle of the year because they missed him so much. So that may be a really good bet.
Yep.
The Chiefs know how to use him.
And then the other thing is this guy, where is he? He's McCaffrey. Here he is. So where is he? So he's had his last 2 games. He's 1-1. He's down here. He's 1-1 to cover his rushing. No, I'm sorry. He's 2-0. He went 98 yards against Green Bay and 90 yards against Detroit. The over and under against Detroit was 88.5 for his rushing yards. So I'm thinking, like, if you're thinking the same thing, Tristan, I'm thinking this guy might have a huge, huge game.
I kind of like the over. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a badass.
I can't bet the total, man.
I'm not gonna bet the total, but I kind of like the over. I mean,
the only way I would bet the total is if I could tease it with San Francisco at plus points.
and you can't because it'd be minus 120.
That's too much juice to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much juice to give. I do like San Fran. I'm telling you, if I had to bet the total, I'd bet the under.
Have you already bet it, Coach?
If you're gonna bet, huh? Yeah.
Have you already bet the game?
Yeah. I've got
Big dollars?
Huh?
Big dollars?
No, not big dollars. I can't. I was gonna go big dollars, but last weekend killed all my big dollars. Everything that I'd made and accumulated throughout the season, I lost fucking 80% of it in 2 games. Where if I'd have tailed you, I'd have doubled my money. But shit happens. Anyway, fellas, what do you think, man? I know we got 2 guys on KC. We got 2 guys on San Francisco. You've had a big year, Brian. Russ,
yeah.
your Cowboys have let you down yet again. I know. This is our last podcast of the season. I appreciate you guys being on. Hopefully we get to do it again next season. Before we go though, you got any final thoughts, any final words, either about the season, about the league, or about your personal team? Russ, let's start with you.
Well, the more I listen to you guys, and you told us, especially because we're doing a lot of this is a NFL betting podcast, and you said something and it didn't resonate with me when you first told me at the beginning of the year, but now I understand. We sit there, we talk about these games, we break them down, the players, the injuries, the field condition, the weather, home or away, and we analyze these games, and you said, well, Russell, Vegas knows all that shit too. You got to watch the money. Is what I've started to learn. So I just started doing better about halfway through the year, watching what Vegas is doing, watching where the money's going. So if from a betting standpoint, just because you know football, you know all the players, you know the offense and the defense and everything, it don't mean shit in this game. It doesn't mean a thing because everybody knows that shit. I can tell you the winners of the Super Bowl for the past 30 years and tell you the score. I remember all kinds of weird shit like that. I think I know it just as well as anybody else does. I don't know shit about betting. You gotta follow Vegas. You gotta follow the script. As far as from a personal note for me, I say it every damn year. Every fucking year. That's why they call me the jaded cowboy. They're going to get to the playoffs. They're going to have a winning record. They're going to look good. Oh, all the Cowboy fans, the reason people hate Cowboy fans, this is our year. This is our year. That shit ain't happening until Jerry Jones dies, period. It's over with. And the other thing, I jumped on the bandwagon, Brian, with you on the Lions. The Lions should be in this game.
Yeah, man.
Dan Campbell's a great coach. I'm a fan. I don't know that I wouldn't have fired him after that shit.
Yeah,
I
cannot
understand
understand what you lose the game by 3. You give up 6 points in the second half. Points kill momentum, or at least slows it down. It turned into a tidal wave in that NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it was
as far as the momentum, and it was Dan Campbell that gave him the momentum and let him keep it and sustain it, and it turned into a fucking tsunami. And that's why the Lions lost. They should be in this game. They outplayed San Francisco for 3 quarters, and Dan Campbell gave that game away.
Some stuff is just common sense, man. You just got to have I like Dan Campbell's aggressive style, but in certain situations, you just got to do what you got to do, man. You got to kick the field goal in that situation. You have to, know what plays to run. You have to have clock management. I mean, Campbell screws that game, and Gibbs fumbling on our own 20 didn't help. Dropping that pass didn't help. But I mean, I think that game came down to just coaching, man. Like I said, I like his aggressive style. Sometimes it's just common sense. You got to do what you got to do, especially in the NFC freaking championship, man.
You wouldn't have got there. I'm going to say this just in defense of my Aggie.
Yeah.
Dan
Campbell.
I love him. Your ass wouldn't have been there
I like
if
him
it hadn't
too.
been for his aggressive style of doing shit like that. It's going to bite you in the ass. But if he hadn't been like that all season, y'all might not have even been there to talk about this. So, I mean, tit for tat, tat for tat, you never know what's, take the good and the bad and the ugly.
I wouldn't have fired him, but I damn sure would have thought about that after that shit. And there was another guy that coached that way. His name was Brandon Staley, and you see where that motherfucker's at now.
Well, what I would have done is say, hey, come here, Big Dan. Come here, Dano. Come here. Man. Get him a big box of carrots. Get him a big protein shake, and then get him some whiskey and go, look, guy, calm down. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and get you a Belichick, and we're going to call him an advisor. And he's going to stand by you so you don't make stupid mistakes like that. Because that's what these guys have. I don't know if you've noticed this. These coaches have these advisors standing there that have been in the league, and they'll look over and they'll talk to them. And then they got the young guy with the glasses and the clipboard going, the analytic nerd going, hey, you ought to go for it from your own 15-yard line. The analytics say it's good. And then you have the guy that's had his ass whipped in the NFL for 30 years going, nah, stupid, don't do that shit, punt it. That's what I would do for Dan. Because Dan's done everything
the consequences of not getting that play, and like I said, the momentum. That's what it was. It's a game of momentum. And you just, man, you added a nuclear bomb under the ocean to a tsunami already when you do that.
If it works great, if not, it screws us.
Exactly. And if it doesn't work great and you go back to playing subdued, 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of football, you'd have never made it. You'd have never made it.
Some of the stuff, I mean, like,
I get it.
I agree.
You got it's like a beautiful woman. Dude, she's beautiful. She's good to look at. She's great in bed. But when you go out, you're going to have to fight 100 motherfuckers at the bar. I mean, that's just part of life, bud.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. You got to take the good with the bad. At least you some bitches were in it, and y'all didn't get waxed in the fucking first round like my boy over here, Russell, man.
Hey, I'm happy with how the season went, and I'm I'm on the Dan Campbell train all the way.
Because if not, dude, y'all can switch.
Oh, no, dude, I love Campbell,
I'm sure
man.
Russell would love Campbell over there in Dallas.
And Jerry'd fuck him up, too.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, old boy, I'll tell you up here in the press box what we're going to do right here. And don't do it, old Danny boy. Yeah. I know I'm Jerry. I played football at Arkansas when there was segregation. Yeah. He screwed Dan Campbell up, too.
Yeah, he won't fire McCarthy. I'd almost rather have Jimmy Johnson out there coaching. Like,
well, you can't. We've had this conversation before. Owners nowadays, and Tristan knows this because he lives in an era, they finally got a decent coach over there that's going to do shit right. But it's just like the Titans and Dallas. Those guys in the front office want to run everything. All they want is a figurehead down there as a head coach. They I guarantee you, I told you before, I bet Jerry Jones makes McCarthy wear a skirt Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night around the fucking office.
You're right.
So he can laugh at him. That's the way these owners are, man.
He's got the tits for it, so. Fat motherfucker.
All right, guys, I appreciate your input, your intake, and I appreciate you guys being here every week. Without you guys, this can't happen. So I hope we can do this again next season. Thank you guys for everything. Tristan, give it to us, brother.
Well, it was a weird season in the NFL this year. I do want to kind of piggyback a little bit off of what Russell said and kind of what he means by following Vegas. And I've kind of adapted my betting here lately to like looking at line movements, and boy, it works. It's like you have to understand how much money it takes to actually move a line at Vegas. It takes hundreds of thousands. They don't just move a line because of your $25 bet. They're getting thousands of dollars in on that line. So they have to move it to overcompensate and take money on the other side. But that's the side that you want to be on. So that's kind of what Russell's talking about. But anyway, it was a really weird season in the NFL. We had a different every week you had a quarterback getting injured. A lot of backups played this year. A lot of things evolved, and I think we're gonna have a massive offseason. We're gonna have some more. We've already had a bunch of coaching changes. I think we're going to see a lot of quarterbacks moved. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, to just name a few. They're going to end up on new teams. And then next year, this time, we get to do it all over again. And who knows? Mahomes might be back here again next year. Think he's about to go 2 for 2 in the Super Bowl, though. I do think Brock Purdy is about to get his flowers. I think he's going to get paid. And that's going to wrap it for the season.
I hear you, brother. Well, this will be my final Super Bowl thoughts here of this year. I can't believe I'm saying this, but for the second week in a row, I want to thank the NFL. You guys are growing on me. First, the hard-nosed defensive football is back, And now y'all got the Super Bowl pairing correct. Thank you for pitting the Kansas City Chiefs against the San Francisco 49ers. You got something right this season. I mean, let's be real. The Super Bowl will have excitement. It'll have storylines, a David and Goliath subplot, and two of the biggest fan bases in the NFL. It's on at the right time in the city of sin and skin, on the front steps of every major casino known to common man. I mean, Baltimore's a good team, fellas, but I can't root for guys like Lamar, OBJ, or Justin Tucker.
Oh,
And I'm tired of hearing the Harbaugh name, much less watching them roam the sidelines for one more game. Green Bay was fun to watch also,
love Harbaugh.
but it just seems empty without a big name like Rodgers or Favre at the helm. Love's going to be great in the future, no doubt. But I don't want to see him blow another game in the fourth quarter right now. And as for my new America's team, the Detroit Lions, thank you for a Cinderella season. Thank you for a badass head coach. That was fun to watch and to listen to. That was a fun ride, but enough of the dramatics and the coach speech. It's time for the two best to go head-to-head. Casey versus San Fran, a championship bout for 4 quarters. Shanahan versus Spags. Reeves versus Wilkes. McCaffrey versus Pacheco. Kettle versus Kelsey. And, of course, the best quarterback in the league, Mahomes versus Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. I love to watch greatness and root for it, but I'm also a sucker for the underdog. For the kid that didn't get the God-given skills, no hype, no flash, just worked his ass off to get to the biggest stage in sports. I was a Rocky fan. I cried when Rudy jumped off sides for the game-ending tackle. I watched the Miracle on Ice when we won the gold in 1980. That's how old I am. And I cheered for the Cubs to break the drought in 2016. And now I can't help but root for this Purdy kid, even if it's only a one-year wonder. Either way, I'm hoping for a great game, a close game, a short and muted halftime, and may the best team win. So thank you, NFL. You got me on the hook for next season. I'm going to be back to watch some more. And I want to thank everybody that listened to this, that listened in this season. It was a fun ride, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you, Tristan, my main man, my right-hand man. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Brian. Donnie couldn't be here tonight. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, other guys that were in here off and on all year long. This podcast would be nothing without you guys. So, for the last time this season, may your beer stay cold. May your women stay hot. May all your tickets cash. This is your coach for Coach's Call on Tap, NFL Pick'em. Adios, ladies and gentlemen.